Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome too. Don't forget to hit that sub and show some love because we could do with all the support right now. Today we are learning how to create neon lights for The Sims 4, so let's just jump straight into it. First off, you want to delete the cube, go over to the left side and click text. This will open a little thing saying text. Then we're going to rotate the text so it's standing up facing the front. Now go into edit mode and this will allow you to write whatever you want as a text. I'm just writing Queen. Now you want to go over to the right side, click the little T at the top which means text, and it'll open these text settings. You can open fonts as well. This is the font that I've chosen. You can choose any font, you can get any at the font or, wherever you want to get your font from. Then we're going to just extrude it a little bit so we can make the text 3D. Okay, so this one is an important step. Go to Object at the bottom, then go to Convert to, and then Mesh from Curve. This is converting your text to a mesh. First off, we need to pull this little window out from the corner and open UV Image Editor. Your view needs to be in perspective, so do this by pressing 1 and then 5 on your number pad. Now we need to unwrap the UVs. So go to Shading and UVs, unwrap, and then unwrap them from Project from View. You can unwrap however you want, but this is how I do them. Now you're gonna export the UV as a PNG. You can name it whatever you like. And then we're gonna open it up in Photoshop. And I'm just gonna paint it pink because it's a light, so it doesn't have to have much materials. So I'm just gonna paint it pink. I want it brighter than that though. Yeah, so I'm gonna paint it this colour, and I'm just gonna go over the top of the UV layout, covering every single bit of it. If you miss a little bit, it will show and you don't want that. And also it helps if the colour is extremely luminous, like a really bright colour. When you're done with that, export it as a PNG. Open up Sims 4 Studio and click Create 3D Mesh. Then we're going to search for a wall light. It can be any wall light which is, base game. Click Next and then save this in your mods folder so you don't have to do it later. Then we're going to export LOD0, which is high, and we're going to save it as light mesh or something like that. We need to now bring the base mesh into the game. So we're going to go to File, Append, then we're going to click what we just saved the file as and open. Then we're going to go to Object and bring in Studio Mesh 0 and Studio Mesh 1. Now you will see your mesh and the base mesh in Blender. You can resize and put your mesh wherever you want now because you know where the base mesh is. So now we need to merge the two meshes together. So hold Shift, right click your mesh, and then right click the base mesh in object mode, and then Ctrl J to merge them together. Now we need to remove the base mesh from our text mesh because we don't want that showing up in the game. So I highlight everything by pressing A, and then I unhighlight the little face down in the corner on the UV editor because that's our mesh and we don't want to delete that. Then I press delete and delete the highlighted vertices. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is crucial. You need to delete 0 and 1 on the UVs and leave the UV map because that's the one that we made earlier and we need that. Now we're going to add light to the text. So we have to go over to Vertex Paint and paint everything white. You can add shadows as well by bringing the colour down to black and painting over it, but as a neon light you don't really want it to have any shadows, so you just want it to be completely white. Now we're done with light, let's save as a blend file and import over into Sims 4 Studio. I'm going to export mine as light, and then I'm going to go over to Sims 4 Studio. Let's start importing our mesh into LOD0 and then just go down the list until you get to LOD2. Okay, so once you've imported your mesh into every single LOD, go to LOD0, which is the high level of detail, export and open it in Blender. Now to make this mesh our shadow mesh, all we have to do is change the cut from 1 to 0, save, and then import it into the shadow LODs in Sims 4 Studio. So we're nearly finished. All we have to do now is import your texture that we created in Photoshop earlier. Then we go over to Warehouse and we import normals and specular maps. So the normal maps is the second one, and then the specular map is the one underneath it. I have already made specular and normal maps in the description if you want to download them, but if you can make your own if you already know about all that. So then we go to light and edit items, and we go over to the side where it says intensity, and I put that up to like nearly 115, maybe 120. I put it 115 here, but I did edit it afterwards and put it up to 120 because it wasn't bright enough. And then you can pick any colour you want to. You can also change it in game as well, so you know, it don't really matter what you pick here, but it usually looks better when you pick a colour here. You can now save your package and test it out in game.
I've been dreaming all night, bringing me some inspiration. Never meant to love no one, but baby.
Thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you create neon signs or neon lights. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a like and a comment and show some love, and I will see you for the next video. Bye!